Welcome back for your yummy update. I had a yummy burger yesterday. Beef, bit of beetroot. And I don't even like beetroot, friends. But you don't want to disturb the burger. You know what I mean? It's bad karma. How it's created for you, you have to eat everything inside of it. The racist Russell 2000 has gapped up, friends. This is wonderful news for all of us because I'm actually shocked. I'm like, you piece of crap. I've been watching you for 3.5 years. Don't worry, out in the public, not watching you with the camera or anything. Okay? But, man, it's wonderful that this thing's actually starting to grind up because half of those companies don't even make money. They're unprofitable. Why are you going up? Well, there you go. Welcome to disbelief. Why are they going up? The market knows something we don't. We can't put into words right now. So that's why one example I give you is the market's pricing in AI. AI changing companies who are losing to become profitable. Okay, and people are willing to take the punt that people are going to use this so that they can't specifically understand the AI. They can't specifically know what is the change that's going to be made. They don't know that. It's just that they know that they're optimistic for the future. Okay, that's what bull market stuff's involved, friends. Bull market stuff involves the juice basically being drank by everyone in terms of thinking, hey, the world's going to get better. Next year's going to get better. We're going to improve. Everything's going to be at a higher point than today. You know, that's why business cycle, the PMI, very important to track that, okay? But we can't understand all of it yet. That's the magic of this. That's why markets price in the future. That's also why when the stock market bottoms, the economy data keeps getting bad for the next 6 months, okay? But the stock market bottoms already, yeah? The stock market bottoms first, and then it starts rallying, and the data keeps getting worse at that point. And that's why it's very hard to predict these in terms of like trying to forecast the future. That's why taking a long-term view is the way to go. We also saw earlier today, friends, as well. I posted up PulseChain having a nice little resurgence. PEI had this 17% move up as well. And I've written PulseChain prices are up today. And the good news is that Ivan on Tech has covered Hex on his channel. And he discussed if Donald Trump will pardon Richard Hart. Now, friends, I want to show you this chart as well. So this is a quick chart, okay? Might need more deep diving later, but it's bad. It's bad out there for altcoins, okay? So it's really, really, really bad. Don't listen, friends. All the people who say it's good, either they went full Bitcoin maxi, they're doing grifting, or they only trade new coins, so they think it's okay. But this is horrific, dude. This is literally, friend, this is round-tripped 8 years. So this is how sad it is. The crypto industry, we had all this tech, privacy, DeFi stuff, all these literally payment solutions, stable coins, everything being put and invented in crypto, especially on Ethereum, and the market's given it zero value. It's literally given it negative value. That's the sad part about it. Now, this chart, you see this red? This chart, friends, is the top 50 biggest coins that existed, altcoins, in 2022. All right? Not new coins. Doesn't have Hyperliquid and stuff out here, but it has all the coins that were around in 21 and 22. The top 50 of them. Guess what? They are below their bear market lows when FTX crashed. Look at this. FTX crashed here. Look at this. They are actually below it. So you want to know why is everyone depressed? That's why. This is the index. You see this? So this is the longest thing ever. You know, by this point now, friends, so 2025 has come in. Okay. By this point, so this is actually 2025, this year starting. If it was to repeat the past, it was meant to be doing this. It's meant to be that. 2025 was meant to be like this. Instead, what we've seen is everything's just gone down. All right, below. That's why this is horrible. Absolutely horrible. And that's why, okay? Also funny, yes. Mr. Grin at the bottom, Mr. Richard. Something, it's very simple. You just need to hold the right coins. Yes, of course, you know. Of course it's like that, right? Of course, it's just you got to hold the right coins. Just like, hey, winning the lottery is simple. You just got to pick the right numbers. I get it. Why don't we ever think of that? But that explains the crypto sentiment, okay? Also something interesting for you, friends. Long gold is more popular right now than long AI. You want to tell me AI is a bubble? More people are long gold than AI. And people will say, oh, but they're both a bubble. Well, explain that for me, bro. How is future tech and optimism in a bubble with the world's about to go to shit? How are they both in a bubble? Maybe because they're not. Maybe because they're just running a high monetary debasement policy out there. Let's play some Pumpy G music for us. Because that's exactly what's happening. That's what's happening, friends. The governments, they're debasing at 8% per year, right? They're printing so much money. Growth stocks, okay, because there's so much currency units being handed out. They've actually pumped hard. And also gold, which is the real money inflation rate of the world, that's also gone up. This is the data point. Check this out, right? So we have long AI. Long gold is even more popular than long AI. Look at this. This is really weird, man. This is really, really weird. That's crazy. Surveyed by Goldman Slugs. Their favorite trade is long gold, the highest reading for the second consecutive month. You know when they say that, you got to remember, friends, like they're looking at their P&Ls as well. They're like, oh, I really love this gold long. I really like. You think you can go to 6,000? But what you don't know is they've got like a 10-period moving average. If it just closes like 3 days under this moving average, they're clicking out. Okay, I'll just show you. So this is the gold. This is the weekly chart for gold. What I can do, friends, is we can put in like a moving average as well. Here it is. It's the 10-period moving average. So when these people are saying, whoa, we really love this gold, this thing might move up, and then you might have the gold price literally going sideways, and then it capitulates maybe later on in a year, 3,800, and then they're like just getting out. So you know what I mean? That's usually what happens. Okay, but by that time, people have moved on to something else as a news story. Remember, stocks can go nuclear as well. This is the Palantir stock, friends. This is crazy, man. This is a 3-day chart. Palantir did a 30x from the last bear market. But remember, Palantir, I made a video on them as well. Palantir AI, yeah, AI. They're basically like a black box. Companies throw in like how they hedge and employment stuff into that, and it'll tell you how to turn yourself profitable. But also Palantir, it was originally invented by the Coconut Intelligence Agency. Yeah, that's some deep nerds. They built it for them. But now what they've done is, because the government of America, it's technically illegal to spy on your citizens. So what they do is, the Coconut Intelligence Agency owns another private company, okay, through like obviously some background loop. And then they give the private company this technology. They build it. It's called Palantir. And now the Coconut Intelligence Agency, whenever they want to request, they just give them the information. They just spy on all the citizens. But man, it's wild. Man, I want crypto to do this one day. The thing about stocks as well, they don't drop. That's the thing. Stocks, friends, when they drop, it's like, 20%, 25%. They don't have this 85% destruction out here. Foolsy, why would retail ever go back to crypto where they can get 50x their boomer stocks? Okay. Mr. Foolsy, good question. But we can also say, why would retail ever buy gold when crypto is going up? We said the exact same thing for like 8 years. And bro, they literally lined up to do it. They lined up to do it. Playboy Penguin, who ever heard of it until a few months ago? And he also mentioned a PI price chart here. Yeah, it's actually true. Who had ever heard of it? That's just what happens. They just appear out of nowhere because the prices go up. I've also made this special PulseChain announcement. This video, friends, just to let you know, because a lot of people are wondering, hey, why can't we pump early? I want to pump early. Can we like front run the market? It's a bad idea. It's a very bad idea. It's good if you want to exit. It's a bad idea long term, because if you pump early, what ends up happening is you get used as exit liquidity for other coins and projects. Okay, you definitely don't want that if your goal is to get the biggest pump ever. Taiki Maeda, one of crypto's biggest influencers, he has a leverage short on 20 coins. He goes, oh man, leverage trading is stressful. I was very aggressively shorting Ethereum, but I just took a loss on those. Vitalik has got hands. I'm still short a basket of altcoins. Enjoy your weekend. So I think what he's done is he's cut some of his shorts for a loss already, and he's just left the profitable ones out here. So he's just short all the coins. You remember Taiki sold everything and calling for a bear market as well. One of the influencers out here. He's short, but it's kind of, man, it's just like I'll just show you. He's short. This is Plasma Chain XPL. Like he's short down here. He's still holding the short here. But also, friends, I think it was funny. Like if we look at Melania, he's it's bro, like man, it's just funny just to be short something that's like down. Okay, this thing is down. Down, literally down here. I'm gonna get short now. It's just, I don't know. I just find it funny. I think he's short from high. I think he's on side, but it's just the idea of like, man, it's kind of like you're looking at a dead body. It's not breathing, and you're still trying to choke it out. I don't know. Just something comical about this. I've got a picture of the Soylana trenches. And by the way, friends, I'm not joking. This is actually Soylana trenches. If you want to have a look, this is Orangey, one of the biggest Soylana trench meme coiners on Soylana. And you can see they have the pump funder terminal out here. They're checking all the new scanners. They got their Discord. So that's pretty much what they do out here. I know people thought it was a joke, friends. It's this actually. This is Soylana trenches. This is what they're doing. So, but remember, Soylana trenches, the number of people in it is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. That's why, friends, I think there was like a big unfortunate stab in everyone's heart when, okay, pump fund you can kind of understand. They catered to token supply. And Coinbase, now with Jesse Pollack on the base, he's like trying to coin it, make everything into a coin. Worst idea ever, man. Their theory is if they incentivize and make it easier to launch a coin, they think every community will come and create content and launch a coin and bring all their people in. That's what they're doing. But not working, is it? No, everything rugs to zero. No one gives a shit, and you just dilute everybody. Okay? It's not about that, okay? Instead, there's basic economics. It's supply and demand. They're focusing on the supply. They go, oh no, let's increase the supply everywhere. Friends, that's like what happened with Zen and Jack Levine. The theory is like they've done this in altcoins. They go, okay, let's hyperinflate this coin. Let's hand out the coin everywhere in the world so that it's in everyone's minds and everyone likes it and they're used to it and they want to own it. Okay? Doesn't work like that. People treat it like a brochure. Like there's just spam, you throw it out. Okay? That's when you're increasing the supply. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. High inflation coins don't work. They never work. All right? What you should do is focus on demand. Look what De Beers did with the diamond industry, one of the biggest scams ever. They hoarded all the diamonds and then they make the marketing. Oh, diamonds are great, but you can't even get it anywhere. Okay? It's so scarce. Okay? It's really, really scarce. Scarce. Where can you get it from? That's what you should be focusing on with coins. But like, how do you do that? So how do you make coins scarce? Well, that's why I'm like, man, Coinbase fans should be paying me $10 to $50 million a freaking year from their Coinbase stock salary so I can actually get them on the road. They don't understand what the hell they're doing, bro. You've got to make coins scarce. Okay? Take me to the drawing board. Okay? Don't put me next to the water cooler, though. Put me in the corner so my back's against the wall. Okay? So in case I'm looking at anything non-family friendly and anyone walks past, I can quickly switch it, you know? Non-family friendly as in like checking crypto Twitter out, of course. So that's what you got to do. Focus on the demand. Memes, culture, religions. That's definitely on board. Okay. But how do you make coins scarce? Well, you got to think about filters. What do you do? Okay. That's why you get like the minds out like, let's make this. That's what I would do, right? I'd try and make like a football league worth of coins. Okay. But you have criteria. They get selected. Yeah, but then it's hard. Like, who do you select? It's decentralized. I don't know. You got to figure something out. Maybe reputation point system. I don't know what it is. Okay. But whatever it is, that whatever they're doing now is absolute trash. And we know that. Okay. I've got some good news for you, though. I've got some good news, friends. So, Will Clemente, he's got this nice post here. So, do you know leverage trading, right? You know how the Chinese exchange cabal, everybody got scammed? October 10th, that was our black swan, our black October. October the 10th, 10-10, okay? 10/10. On that day, okay, we lost 30% of open interest. So 30% of every leverage trading position got literally nuked. Okay? Literally nuked, all right? Because you remember, a lot of them are in Bitcoin and Ethereum and they have liquidations much lower. So this is all altcoins, right? So, and not every exchange did the scam wicks as deep, right? But it was very, very vicious. So they've got the data at this point, and what they do is they check out, hey, what happens to the prices after an open interest nuke like that? Well, after a 30% drop, okay, what's the odds that Bitcoin is trading higher in 90 days? Okay, based off the data, it's 75%. 75%. The win rate on buying Bitcoin after a 30% open interest rinse is a 75% chance to win over 90 days. Okay, that is really cool information. So let's actually go, you and I, keeping it family friendly once again. Okay, once again, I've got to keep it family friendly. If we bring it up to the actual liquidation day, here, it was this. So we actually, friends, 116K, that's where it's opened, to about 112K. So pretty much, let's just do the midpoint here. If we do 90 days from this point, it's January 10th. It's basically saying, right, based off history, okay, based off history, where's January 10th? Somewhere here. Here we go. Okay, well, 90 days. They're saying there's a 75% chance we are here or higher. All right, and only 25% chance we're lower from January. That's cool stats to know. Because 4-year cycle jeets are saying, it's all over, you're going to lose all your money, I'm smarter than you. Here, come buy my course or my indicator, which is going to make you billions of dollars of riches. That's effectively what they're saying, right? So, you know, are they going to show you that stat? No, they're not. Because it's a cognitive bias, you know. By the way, you know, I'm long. I want everything to go up. You know, I've got bias too. I'm long, obviously. The thing is, though, right? Altcoins have been in a bear market for 5 years. Do you know what I mean? So, like, for you to say that, okay, the bear market's just starting after 5 years of going down, that's, you know, something's wrong with that picture. We're with strong hands now. Like, subscribe, belly button on. Catch you soon.